Hello there everyone and welcome back. I'm going to do the architect home remodel that several people asked me to do in the comments. I believe for this batch, early June 2019, it was architect home number 6. And I had mentioned it, especially the little area out back. This is a look at the before. There's nothing in the basement, so I won't do anything with that. But I really did like the layout for the most part, and I mentioned that in the review video. I like the fact I had that little hallway in the center there, and then the stairs were back there. So on the before, as you can see, not really my usual style, especially if you have kind of hung around with my channel for a while, then you know this is not my typical way of decorating. Styles do vary and everybody likes something different, but this is just not what I would normally do. Where it gets a little dicey for me is this area here. There are a lot of little rooms, and at this point I wasn't too sure what I was going to do with those little rooms upstairs. The downstairs pretty much is straightforward. I really like where everything is. At first I was going to keep everything exactly the way it was, but when you look at the after, you'll see I did change some things around. If you're new here, I just wanted to let you know when I do the remodels, I don't change the walls or the structure itself. I just redecorate it. I may remove a balcony or two, or maybe add an alcove here or there, but I leave the rooms that the original person who designed it where they had them. So I was also a little concerned about that little hallway there. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with that, but I did like that little enclosed patio. And I also thought it was a pretty decent family style home. If you look at the items individually in it, they really are, a lot of them are pretty nice and very usable items, but again, just not something that I would use all together. And I was also sort of concerned about the flat front and what my options were for that. So now it's time to empty it out. So here it is emptied out. As you can see, the exterior is still the same, all of the different colors back there on all the different balconies. The front is still flat, and I'm taking a look around here as you see me recording at this point, and I'm looking at that, and what was concerning me the most was this little sort of hallway back here, because it's not attached to anything on the left side of it, so it's not actually a hallway. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that section of it, as well as those teeny tiny rooms right there where the master is. And then you can kind of see me going up and down thinking, well, this opening's here. Maybe I should put the staircase here in the entryway. That's what I was thinking at that point, because remember, it used to be up on the upper left-hand corner in that view. So next you're going to see I've added 2 little alcoves in the front, but I have not touched any of the rooms that were already there. And you can see I had already relocated the stairway at this point where that opening already was. So let's take one last look at it before. Take a good look, and here it is after. Keeping in mind again, I did not change any of the walls of the original structure. This is what it looks like now, and I absolutely love the house now. It just took some redecorating, and that's it. I did put one of the new black roofs on. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do the black or the bluish gray, but I'm glad I went with the black because then I got to use those new doors we just got and the new windows. Now everything matches back there, and you can see where that hallway was that I was kind of nervous about. I really just put some plants in there and made it like a little mini greenhouse. And yes, you see a garage there. I did actually end up putting a garage in. We'll just have to pretend the driveway goes out the back gate there, but I love the exterior now. It just needed a few little trees there. And let's go on a tour of the interior. So there's the little alcove I added to give the roof a better look. And the entryway is still here. I've just redecorated it with the black chalet dresser, a couple of the older French paintings, and a plant, as well as a wall sconce light fixture. This is still the hallway here. I'm going to give you a better look through these doors. I did end up, like I showed you before, relocating the stairs here. And as you come off to the right of that, you come into what is now the great room. Now, this was the room that I mentioned in the video It had, I think, 3 different seating areas to it, and it was just a little much and a little crazy for me. So I decided just to relocate the dining area in here, where I've used the new pool house furniture, and I think it goes great with that new white table that we have there by the window, as well as that shelf over there that has the coffee and wine bar. What I've done with color in this room is I've done the teal and black with pops of white and orange. So that coffee table, that older coffee table we have, brings the oranges and the turquoise out from the wall and the lamps. And then you have the contrast with the black and white in the room, even over to the bookshelf. You can come out to the patio from this room as well. So here is the new style of the patio. The hallway that was upstairs also had one downstairs, so I've just put the umbrella table here, the barbecue area recessed into that area that was already there, as well as an outdoor fridge, a sink, and a coffee maker. So now it's sort of like a little outdoor kitchen. That's what I used that space that was there for. I've put a swing set out there, and where I'm going to relocate some toddlers here, I've put their outdoor toys. It just looks like a place where you can open the door and throw the toddlers' toys in when they're finished playing with them outside. So that is the great room and patio area. I love how those doors open and close. I think they're so nice. And then coming back through the entryway, we have those double doorways on this side, and that takes you into the kitchen. I kept the kitchen very simple. I did the black and white theme in there with that beautiful subway tile, the chalet kitchen items. I love how the dishwasher, I think that's the only one we have that actually matches a countertop, so I wanted to put those in there. And there's a regular fridge as well as one of the wine fridges, and then I just put some little red appliances in there. And then this is now it could have been a half bath, but I decided just to go ahead and make it a full bath, and I've put the little toilet paper holder, and I've carried that same subway tile that was in the kitchen into this downstairs bathroom. So that is the front of the home there. And we have a doorway at the end of the hall. This used to be the kitchen. It is now the garage. So there was also a little room here, and I don't remove rooms. So I decided just to take that useless little room and just put a garage door on the outside, one on the inside that's just like an archway that stays open, and then that way I could utilize that space as the garage. I've put the washer and dryer in there, as well as a sink and the garbage bins, a freezer, a vacuum, and it fits the car. So it's the perfect size for a small family garage. And as you saw, there's also a door to that nice patio area. So that is the remodel of the first floor. I really, really do love how this house turned out. To me, it's finally a really nice family home. So coming upstairs, the opening was already here, but I relocated the stairs to this area too. I put a nice light fixture there, as well as one of the new paintings. So now we have doors that wrap all the way around the railing, and each of them go to rooms that are actually serving a purpose instead of just, kind of being filled with little things. So this is the master suite here, where I put the new bed and TV. And I really love that plant that we got with the pool house update. That's one of my favorite plants. I've put the new wallpaper in and some black carpeting. And here's where it gets a little bit tricky. So this is the master bathroom, but as you know, there were these little rooms up here that I was kind of concerned about. That one I made the master closet. This is the vanity area with the toilet and the towel rack. And you can see that window and door there. From the window you can see the tub room. There's also showers in there, which I'll show you in a second. Then we have a door here that actually goes into sort of what's like a little linen closet area over there to the left. You can see I've put one of those new little cabinets in there with the safe and hangers. And then up here in the front of the home, I've put in the linen closet units. So one of them actually that you see on the far right is opened up to the tub. So when the sim is in the tub, they could just kind of pretend, reach in there and grab linens. So now you're looking at the little shower room. You can see it really well through the windows on the glass that I've put where the tub is. So let's look at it from build mode. You can see that's the vanity area there with the toilet and the towel rack and garbage can. Over there's the master closet, and then you can see that little room right there is where I put the showers and the tub. Remember, those rooms were already there, so I was trying to make the best use that I could. I glassed in the tub and put a glass door, and then we have the linen closet units in the front of the home. So that's sort of how I did the master bath. It's kind of hard for you to see that, but where the rooms were already there, and then I added a little alcove to make the roof look better in the front of the home, that's sort of how the master bath ended up being. It's kind of a unique layout for that. So coming back out here to the landing, you're going to come into this little room. This was just another one of those tiny little rooms. I turned it into a little desk area that goes into this teenager's room. And again, you could use this for any child or even a guest room if you wanted to. And I used this little area here as an ensuite bath for that bedroom. It also has a door out to the small balcony that's over top of the patio area down below, as you can see right here. So that balcony was already there, and I used that little hallway over there for the plants. So on the other side of the landing, we come over here, we have this door right here. This was another one of those little rooms, so I decided to make it a nice little seating area where you could look over the patio, and you could also walk outside to the balcony here. And we're going to come back through here to the other side of the landing into a huge toddler suite. So they have twin boys. This area that you walk into is the toy room. This would also be neat for a teenager. If you had a teenager in your town and you wanted to remodel this architect home, this would be a great suite for a teenager, because then you could give them their own living area. But I decided to dedicate this to the two toddlers. That way they could have a rather large play area, and then I've taken this little room that was already here and turned it into their ensuite bath. So all of the bedrooms upstairs have their own ensuite baths, and that was an overview of the second floor. Now we're going to take a look at where all the furniture is. We don't need to see the grid because it is a remodel and I did not change the walls. So that was the entryway. Here is how the hallway looks now. I had relocated the stairs to that area. That is the living room and dining area now. Remember, it was that huge living room that had the different styles and sets of seating arrangements. I've unified everything and made it look a little more put together, I think. And this is now the kitchen. And there is the full bath for the first floor. And then coming on around, this was the kitchen here, and I turned it into a garage and took that little space there just to make an extra door area. And that's the new look of the patio and the outdoor kitchen and the toddler play area. So that's the first floor. Now we're going to come on up to the second floor and look at the furniture. There is the new landing where we located the stairs now, and here's the master suite. And then we come down to that rather confusing master bath, but I actually really like it. I like how the tub is glassed in like that, and it has that extra window near the toilet, and also that extra little linen area where you can reach through the doorway and grab a towel. And then there's the shower area there, and you saw the master closet. So a rather unique situation for the master suite now. And the little desk area that goes into the teen room there with an ensuite bath. And then she has a closet there that I forgot to show you. And then over here is the playroom and the toddler bedroom. And then it has its own ensuite bath and a little closet right there in the alcove up front. There's the ensuite bath for that. And then there's the little living area there that looks out onto the patio. And then there's what it looks like up here now. Not too much I could do with that little hallway that led to nowhere, so I turned it into something pretty. So that is the remodel of the architect home. A lot of you asked me to redo this one, and I had actually mentioned redoing it in the video, and I'm glad I did. I really like the house now. If I keep it, I may omit a couple of things or maybe change it around if I actually want to keep it in my town. But since this was for remodel purposes, I did not change the walls. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Love you, take care, and I will see you next time.